Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm doing a flooring install. It's going to be vinyl flooring. I'm going to give you guys a quick walkthrough, show you guys where exactly we're going to be working today, what's going to be done, what tools I'm using, and if you're doing this job yourself at home, how you can get it done as well. So this is the client's house. His mother is old and they want to put her in a condo, so they're thinking about just upgrading the house a bit. That way, if it comes to selling or renting, that the house will be in a little bit better noticeable condition. So we're going to be running vinyl all through the front of the house. So closet, front door, living room, and also going to be running it through the kitchen. So once we exit the kitchen, you'll notice there's some stairs that lead to the side of the house and some stairs to the bottom of the basement. We will be removing this carpet and putting vinyl flooring on these stairs as well. And obviously through the living room, we're gonna continue it all the way down this hallway. Because the vinyl flooring is waterproof, it is safe for bathrooms, and they wanted to have a continuous flooring throughout, so we didn't want to stop here and then do tile. They thought it would look nicer if everything was just continuous. So we're going to be stopping in this stairwell, this hallway. We're not going to be doing the rooms at this point. Maybe later on in the future they'll decide to do that, but we will be doing this little linen closet, and that will pretty much be the scope of the job. So there's some old baseboard that's going to be removed, and we will be installing new baseboard. So when I started pulling up this tack strip along the edge, you'll notice that a lot of the wood flooring started popping up as well. It got really bad along the edges, so what I did is I would fill those places in with the loose pieces when it came time to put down the flooring. I had to make sure to get rid of all the staples, because if there's any staples that are high, once I put down the flooring, it'll crack it. Okay, so I started the first 3 rows of vinyl flooring. Here there was a metal transition lip that was coming up. I popped it up and I sanded this down so there wouldn't be a hump. Same thing with this. I removed the metal strip that was running along here. It was about 1/8 thick. So now that I have the floor nice and clean, it's easy for me to continue to put down the floor. I am making sure that if there is any staples or anything that's high, I'm knocking them down as I continue my rows. Now this floor is very simple to install. There's a tongue along the back that will literally sit into the next one. And you don't want to push it down before you lock it. If you push it down, you won't be able to move the board left to right. So once I put my board in, I have it on a slant, a slight slant up, and that way I'm able to butt it up right into the next one. Once I'm nice and tight, I'll push down and lock it. You'll see me hammer it gently with a scrap piece of vinyl, and that will just snap the next piece into the existing one. It's very, very simple to do this. Once you get the hang of this flooring, it's very fast, it's very convenient, and it looks good. For my small cuts, like this one in the corner, I reverse the board upside down so both tongues are butting against each other. Mark that spot, cut it, and it will fit right in there once you reverse it back normal. Any cutoffs that I use, I can still use them. They're not scrap. I'll basically just start the row with whatever I have cut off remaining. Anytime you're locking flooring into each other, you want to make sure that it's completely flush. Next row that I have right here, I won't be able to get my piece up in here. Just gonna rough this. So I cut my door casing so that this will slide under here and it won't be exposed. You see a lot of time people cut the laminate and they try to cut it around here and then there's a big gap and you can see that. That doesn't look really good. I hate the way that looks, so this is how I do it. So basically I'll just rough it mark along this wall. So I'll make a mark here, make a mark underneath this door casing. I'll take my square once I have those two marks and I'll literally just mark it like so, like that. Once I have my two parallel marks coming down, that's representing each side of the wall, I'll just take a measurement to here from this vinyl where it's gonna start. And I'll be 4 3/4. So I'll take this mark. I'm not gonna start my tape on the gray lip. I'm gonna start it on actually where the two vinyls butt up. So right here. So I'll take my 4 3/4 marks, which will give me here, one over here. I'll take my ruler, mark it there, and then I'll cut this piece out. And that's how I would put in a piece like this going around the corner. Okay, so for this piece right here, I ended up taking off the door casing because I wanted to get it as clean to here as possible. This door jamb is a little bit loose. I could stick a shim behind there just to bring it out so it's nice and tight. And I did take off this door stop right here just so I could get this piece up to come in because this piece is literally 5/8. So I didn't want to snap it trying to play and trying to get this tongue on top of this one and then slide it in with the hammer. So that's pretty much what I did for this piece. So I just wanted to show you guys that sometimes you will have to take off our casing to get a nice snug fit underneath the door. So now that I have a free space to continue to work in the living room, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You'll notice that I'm staggering my boards. I'm not putting the same ones and the same pattern continuously. So the flooring will actually be going continuous all the way through, which will tie into the flooring on the other side of this wall as it continues there. So I'm gonna start here and work my way out to the other side. Here in the kitchen, right under here, you'll see that metal flange. This is about 1/8 higher than this floor, so I'm gonna remove this metal, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grind down this part so it'll all be flush, like it'll be like a nice slope to this one, because right now, right, there's movement here. I just connected this piece to here, to there, just to make sure that everything didn't shift and that it's gonna interlock with the floor, with the living room floor, right? So we did the living room floor and we did the kitchen, but we wanna make sure that both floors obviously line up properly. And they do, so that's good. I snapped this piece trying to get it in to go around the corner. I ended up cutting the bottom of the corner bead and the drywall so I could get it nice and tight. Otherwise, this piece would have been impossible to go in. So I did have to trace it and do that piece twice. When I worked my way down the hallway, once I got here and I cut my piece around the door jamb, I was able to continue that piece all the way to the wall. So once I have this piece all the way in, now I'm just continuing to build out towards the rest of the hallway. And then once I get this all filled, I'll work my way back around the toilet. For anybody who doesn't know how to put in a transition piece, I'm going to show you guys what a transition is. You have flooring that's going to another flooring. You're going to need a transition. This is a vinyl transition. These come in different colors which could match your flooring. And if you look down the edge, you see how there's that little curve? See how there's this little curve right here? So that little curve is letting you know that you're going from a high surface to a low surface. If I was going from a high surface to the same level, then it would literally be straight all the way across at the top. So once I have my measurement of my door opening, I'm gonna cut the metal that comes with the transition piece, and I'm gonna cut the measurement for my actual transition piece. Once I have both of these pieces cut, you'll see that they come with screws and these little plastic things. You basically pre-drill, screw that in the hole or tap it in the hole, and then you take your metal screw and that will screw, and it gives it that extra bite to hold it down. Because I'm actually screwing into a wood floor, I'm not going to be using these rubber all these plastic, what do you want to call them, anchors. So I'm just gonna screw directly into the floor. Once I have all my screws in here, I'm literally gonna take my transition piece, see how it has this groove here, this lip, and I'm just gonna put it on there, and I'm just gonna pop it in. And then that will give me a transition from one floor to the other. And here we have the finished product. We have a continuous flow of vinyl flooring from the front all the way to the back of the house, and everything underneath the door jambs. There's no what would I say, space or gap where the flooring is wrapped underneath. It looks really good. The homeowner is extremely happy. We did end up painting for them and putting in baseboard for them just to complete the job and to make everything have a brand new feel. If you guys like the video, you want to see more work like this, give a thumbs up, leave comments, and I'll definitely post some more videos.